2020. It's the 34th year of this annual festival where creative writing students at UBC write short plays and then we produce them. 10 of them get full productions, and our first play today is one of the ones that was slotted for a full production, but we had to cancel the whole festival on on Friday the 13th of March, Friday the 13th appropriately, for obvious reasons. So we decided to go virtual, and here we are today. And so in a couple of seconds, I'm going to send it over to the director, and then she's going to introduce the actors, and they're going to read the play. What's it called? The Deal with the Devil. Deal with the Devil by Sydney Marino. The playwright's also listening in with us. And after the play, stay with us, and we're going to have a little interview. We're going to talk to each of them and find out how the process was for them and some fun anecdotes from their rehearsal process. Of course, when we do live theater events, we always do a land acknowledgement. We are still on the traditional ancestral grounds of the Coast Salish people, the Musqueam, the Tsleil-Waututh, and the Squamish peoples. So I'll include that in my little introduction. Did I say my name is Liesl Lafferty? I'm one of the co-producers with Emma Leck and Rose Payne. We have at the controls today. So if anything goes wrong technically, we know who to blame. And Brian Wade is our fearless leader, our faculty advisor at UBC. He's the founder of the festival 34 years ago and still going strong. We also have a few staged readings that we'll do live on YouTube in this same format after a few weeks when we have finished all the full productions, the plays that were slotted for full productions. And of course, Joanne Chen is done our marketing. So if you've been to our fabulous website, bravenewplaywrights.com, or our Facebook page or Instagram, they all look lovely thanks to Joanne. I think I've said about enough for an introduction, so I'll send it over now to Erin Davis, and everybody enjoy the show. Thank you so much for joining.
Hi everybody, I'm Erin and welcome to Deal with the Devil by Sydney Marino. We have with us Jessica, who is going to be playing Hannah, a determined and fiery young woman in her early 20s. And then we have Neil, who's going to be playing Emily, Hannah's best friend and roommate of 5 years. And we have Andreas, Doug Craig, a demon. He's thousands of years old, but presents as a man in his 30s. He's one of Satan's minions working out of hell as a contract lawyer. Okay, and for the setting, we are in Hannah and Emily's shared base room suite. And there's a couch, cardboard boxes scattered around the room, and it is present day. Okay, and let's begin. So we have lights up on Hannah and Emily's living room. They sift through cardboard boxes and divide up their belongings as they pack for Emily to move out.
Sorry, I can't hear Neil's sound.
That's okay. We can't hear Neil's sound either.
All right.
Neil, can you hear us? Yes, you can hear us. You were having a little technical troubles at the beginning. I'm wondering if you can, do you have a phone? Oh, it sounded like we almost heard you there for a second. Do you have a telephone, a cellular phone that you can phone in with the same connection? Or do you happen to have your earbuds plugged into your computer? Yeah, you have them plugged in. Try unplugging them and see if we can hear you. Now talk. Test. Give us a chat. No, we can't hear you. No, we can hear that you're talking, but we can't hear you. Okay, so should we take a little pause? What we're gonna do, I'm gonna turn my camera back on, even though mine takes a second to warm up. And while Neil is trying to sort herself out, we will see if maybe we can get her the phone. I'm gonna mute Neil again. so she can go ahead and move around. And I'm going to ask Sydney, the playwright, and Aaron to show their faces. And we'll just do the little interview first and see if we can get that tech figured out. And if we can't. Okay, so Sydney, hi, how are you?
Hi, good, thank you.
Which class are you in?
I am in Chris's class, which is the 400 level playwriting class.
So you're an undergrad?
Yeah.
And what's your major in?
Creative writing.
Creative writing.
Yeah.
So have you written lots of plays?
Yeah, I've done lots of plays before, but this is my first one with UBC.
And so how did you find the course?
I really liked it. I thought it was really great that we had the opportunity to workshop our plays in class with all the other students and then have this chance to actually experience having our play read or performed and working with the directors and actors and everything.
Can you tell me a little bit more, or tell the audience, I know what a workshop is. Tell me a little bit more about the workshop experience.
Sure. So a workshop is like where everyone will bring in their work. So someone will bring in maybe a play that they wrote for this class, and then everyone will have read it and we'll give each other our thoughts and feedback on it. And then we'll go and take those notes and develop our work from that.
It's a pretty fun process, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Especially in playwriting where you get other classmates and stuff to read out your play and everything like that.
And then you also had who was your dramaturge for this piece?
My dramaturge was Emma, who I believe had her play read last week.
Yeah, and she's one of the co-producers as well. Have you had a dramaturgy experience before, or was that the first time?
This is the first time actually, but I really liked it. It was really helpful to get feedback from a dramaturge and just sort of combine that feedback with things I had heard from my class or my teacher as well.
So what was the difference between a workshop and a dramaturge?
I felt like with the dramaturge, she really focused in on my play and went through it very, very closely and just worked with me to figure out what I could do to best further my play.
Now, normally I read the plays as the producer in December, right when they're handed in, right at the same time as the jury is selecting which ones are going to be chosen for full productions. And then what I like to do is not look at it again if I don't have to. Until so there I can have some surprises, some fresh entertainment when I come to the theater. And also normally we do the interviews after, so I want to ask you more questions, but I don't want to reveal anything about your play, so it's a little bit tricky. Tell me about what other courses in creative writing are you taking?
This term I was also taking a nonfiction class and a TV writing class, which I also took the term before.
Oh, and how tell me about the comparison between the TV and the film, or I mean the plays.
It's pretty different just in terms of like on stage, everything is happening in the moment. You can, you pretty much are sticking to one location, at least for this play. And then in the TV class, you can write things that are, happening all over the place. There's big montages or more crazy scenes happening. But I feel like playwriting is a lot more grounded as well.
You know what I found is surprising about TV and the screenwriting is I always thought there was so many restrictions in theater because of course you have to be on stage and be somewhat restricted. And I thought, oh, well, now I'm writing a film, I'll just write anything I want. But no, you can't write a film on water because that's really expensive. And if you're going to write a short, then you better have only one location. So I found that very interesting that they had several restrictions as well.
Exactly.
And how was it writing a short play? Are you used to writing short plays?
Yeah, most of the plays that I've written in the past have been shorter ones around the same length as this. So it was something that I had done before. So it was something I was sort of used to.
Cool. All right. So
let's just going to test Neil's mic for a second.
That's the voice of Rose, our producer we get to blame all the tech problems on.
Testing. That sounded successful. Aha! Good. I think we're good to go.
Oh, fantastic.
Great. Just a little interlude there. Okay, I'm disappearing again. Break a leg, everyone.
Yeah, bye.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
We're just waiting for, I'm gonna unmute Erin and see where she is because she's reading the stage directions. Oh, here she comes.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay. Lights up on Hannah and Emily's living room. They sift through cardboard boxes and divide their belongings as they pack for Emily to move out.
Are these plates technically mine or yours?
I don't know, ours.
You're not making it easy to divide things up.
Wouldn't have to divide anything up if you stayed.
Emily shoots Hannah a look.
Joking.
You know you're still my best friend. I just have to.
I said joking.
Fine.
Why do you even want those plates? Don't you hate them? We got them like 5 years ago.
Gus thinks they're cute.
Of course.
What's that supposed to mean?
Just take them. I don't want to get in the way of your perfect little home with Gus.
Hannah goes back to packing.
You don't need to make this into such a big deal.
I'm not. If they make you guys happy, take them.
Emily hesitates, then packs the plates in a box. When Hannah is not looking, Emily pulls a pack of Oreos out of her own box, quickly eats one, and puts the pack back in the box.
Is there anything else that Gus would want to take? Maybe you could invite him over to peruse the place. Maybe he'd want the lamp or our high school yearbooks or my shampoo.
Gus isn't evil, you know.
I didn't say he was.
You haven't had a problem with him for the past year.
He wasn't trying to make you live with him then.
He's not making me do anything I want to.
I just don't see why you're jumping into this.
It's been over a year.
And we've been living together for 5. I don't see how some guy can come in and just jump the line.
He's not some guy. He's my fiance.
Eat. For a moment, they are speechless.
What
I was gonna tell you.
the hell? Are you serious?
I knew you'd freak out. Please don't freak out. I didn't know how to tell you, and
So you thought it would be better to say nothing? When was this? You don't even have a ring.
As Emily responds, Hannah digs through a box looking for something.
I just put it off, and then it felt too late to say anything, and
I
it was
believe
about
you.
a month ago. I haven't been wearing the ring, and I'm sorry. I was gonna tell you. I just want you to be happy for me, and I thought.
Hannah pulls a piece of parchment from the bottom of the box. On it, something is written in ink.
Guess this means nothing now?
What? What is that?
I found it when I was packing today. It just reminded me of how we used to.
Don't tell me that's the oath.
What if it is?
Hannah, what does that have to do with anything?
It's just.
You can't seriously still be attached to that thing. We were like 17 when we wrote it and going through that stupid goth phase.
We actually had a point. Listen,
She reads from the oath.
our dear Savior Satan.
See, we were idiots. Satan, you can't trust anything after that.
Just ignore it. There's some important stuff here. Look, we swear to renounce all men, especially those named Jared.
Oh God, this is when Jared cheated on me.
Emily snatches the paper.
See, you can't trust any of this. It's all just Jared-fueled rage. And then renounce all men, swear to trust only each other, and live together for all of eternity. It's a little intense.
Hannah reads over her shoulder.
For our well-being and the protection of each other. Signed, Emily and Hannah. Sure, it's traumatic, but weren't we going for something good with it?
What's that at the bottom? Is that?
Blood, yeah, but
Emily yelps and throws the paper down.
Oh my God, disgusting.
I know signing it in blood was a little much, but if you just focus on the message.
I can't focus on anything but the blood.
Hannah grabs the paper.
Whatever. It clearly doesn't mean anything to you anymore, does it?
We don't need to make this into a huge thing. We were stupid goth kids. I was mad at Jared for cheating on me. You were being a good friend. That's it. Did it ever really mean anything?
Apparently not.
And you can't just change the subject. You still haven't said anything about me and Gus.
Congratulations.
Hannah.
I don't know. It's a lot. And I do want you to be happy. It's just, You're moving out, and the next minute you're engaged, and this paper is the only thing that.
I just want to be able to be excited for this new part of my life. And we don't need a contract to tell us we're best friends.
She rips the
Emily!
note in half.
Emily!
I know it, you know it, and that's...
The lights flicker and then go out. When they come up again, Doug stands in the middle of the room. He presents the man in his 30s wearing an ill-fitting suit and holding a briefcase. He appears unimpressed. The girls scream.
Who the hell are you? Where did you come from?
Get out of our house!
He grabs a shoe from a nearby box and throws it at Doug. He ducks.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, easy. Dark gray.
He
Demon.
offers his hand, but neither of them shake it.
Lower division of hell, specializing in contract law, and we have business.
What?
Is this some kind of sick joke, Hannah?
No, I swear, I've never seen this man in my life.
I'm not a man. This is simply my mortal human form. This is always the hardest part. Yes, I am a demon. Yes, hell exists. Yes, I will be taking one of you to hell.
What?
Only one. In the old days, I would have taken both of you, but the big guy downstairs decided that it would be more torturous if you had to choose one person to sacrifice. Makes the job a lot harder on me.
You have to get out of our house right now.
Wish I could, but I can't, girlies. Just doing my job. You broke your little contract. Now you have to face the consequences. Here. My report says one of you is engaged and moving out.
What? How do you know that?
He looks at Emily and recites the contract from memory.
Our dear savior, Satan. We swear to renounce all men, especially those named Jared. A lot of harsh words about this Jared guy, and trust only each other and live together for all of eternity, for our well-being and the protection of each other.
The hell, how do you know that?
Since the terms have now been broken, and with the contract being formally destroyed, I must initiate the punishment. So, which one of you is coming to hell?
You're insane. I don't know how you got in here, but you're leaving now or we're going to call the police.
She motions to Emily, who takes out her phone.
Wait! You kids are so skeptical these days. Back in the 1600s, I could just announce myself as a demon and everyone would take my word for it. Do you want to know how I got in here? Come. Look at the portal, if you must.
He beckons them over and they cautiously stand beside him. Doug reaches forward, holds his briefcase out in front of him and opens it. They look into the briefcase. Red lights flash. There's an awful sound of screaming and grinding metal. The girls are petrified. The portal seems to be trying to suck them in. Emily's arm gets pulled forward involuntarily and her phone is sucked into the briefcase. Doug snaps it shut. Until the next stage direction, Emily and Hannah's lines are rapid as they freak out.
Oh my God.
What the hell is that?
It took my phone. Where's my phone?
In hell. Thank you, by the way. I've been looking for an upgrade, but they only have blackberries down there.
Oh my God. So this is real? Are you gonna kill us?
He's a demon. Of course he's going to kill us.
Oh my God.
Wrong. I am not killing anyone.
What?
Technically, I'm just taking one of you to hell where you won't exactly die, but will be in eternal suffering. Like me before my morning coffee, right, girlies?
What? No, you can't.
You simply need to tell me which one of you I'm taking to hell.
That's awful. I'm not going in that deranged briefcase.
Doug
So
points.
she's coming!
I never said that.
I thought for once this might be a quick decision. Well, one can dream. But you two better start talking before I get angry.
Doug checks his watch. Emily sits, her head in her hands. Hannah starts pacing.
You don't have to do this.
Taking people like you to hell is actually my sole purpose of existence. So hurry up. Dinner's in 10 minutes and I'm not missing it again.
We're good people. We don't deserve this.
I think I'm having spaghetti and meatballs tonight. Extra spicy. Well, everything's a little spicy down there.
We didn't know that oath would mean anything.
Some of the damned work in the kitchen of eternal suffering making these dinners for us employees. And maybe they were terrible people up here, but they make this amazing garlic bread.
We have our whole lives ahead of us. You come up here to snatch us out of our perfectly happy existences, and all you care about is your stupid dinner?
Look, Early, you broke your deal with the devil. Now it's my turn to clean up your mess. Preferably quickly.
He picks up the pieces of the oath from the carpet.
We take it back, okay?
Hannah snatches the oath and begins to tape the halves together.
We'll go back to the pack, live together, renounce men, whatever the hell you want us to do. There. Fixed. You're free to enjoy your dinner.
I wish.
You can't do that.
She's right. The contract's already been broken.
And now it's fixed.
You need to both sign on the renewal of the same oath, same terms, and get your blood on there again. All that.
That's all.
You'll have to adhere it more closely to this time. They'll put you in high watch alert.
Are you serious? Yes.
She grabs a piece of paper and starts furiously writing.
You could have told us this earlier. Do you get a power trip out of scaring us like that? Okay. Emily, sign.
She hands the paper to Emily and starts rushing around the room, looking in boxes.
Do you have a needle or something for the blood? I think you used a needle last time, right? I mean, I could go get a knife from the kitchen, but that seems a little risky. And
I can't.
I'd rather not either, but pricking your finger or spending eternity in hell.
No, I'm not signing it.
There goes my meatballs.
It's hell, Emily. Living with me can't be worse.
What about our futures? There has to be another way out of this.
I'd pick one of you if it wasn't protocol to make you choose. More torturous, they say. Torturous on who? My stomach?
I'm trying to save our lives.
Renounce all men? What happens to Gus?
Oh, yeah. That can't continue. I let it slide for a while because honestly, I didn't want to deal with all this unless you formally broke more terms of the contract. But if I let you renew it, they're going to be on my ass. So that thing's done, honey.
But we're getting married. I can't lose him.
You're seriously choosing him? Choosing hell over me?
Not over you. We'll figure something out.
You want? You're killing me here, girlies. Oh, do you at least have a snack or something?
The kitchen is that way.
Okay, I'm helping myself to whatever's in there. But if you haven't figured something out by the time I'm back, I'm closing my eyes and choosing one of you randomly.
Exit Doug.
I'm not gonna let that happen. We'll find.
Yeah, this.
You can't expect me to throw my life away like that. I had everything planned out until you brought up that stupid contract.
You're the one that ripped it up.
Because you were obsessing over it. It's done. Do you really want to stay here forever, never changing? What about getting married, starting a family, living our lives? That stupid oath happened to work for a few years, but I can't stay here. I'm getting married. I want a normal adult life.
Normal. What's that supposed to mean? Just because I don't want to get married, I'm not.
That's not what I meant. We have to move on, Hannah.
Or you want to move on and let me get taken to hell?
I never said that.
You didn't have to.
If you were so upset about me moving out, you could have said something earlier.
What was I supposed to say? I just wanted you to be happy. But what am I supposed to do? You have this whole life planned out, and I have this empty basement suite, and no one.
You'll find someone.
You know I don't want to. I want this. Our friendship. Is that really so bad?
And we'll have that. But you have to let me have my life too. You can't keep obsessing over every little change in it.
Little change? You got engaged and didn't tell me.
Because I knew you'd freak out. Like this.
I'm not freaking out. I just don't want you to forget about me now that you have Gus. I just feel like everything is moving so quickly. We used to do stuff together. Go to parties, take fencing lessons, have nights in where we just watched shitty movies and ate junk food. And now you're moving out and getting married and acting like it's not this huge change. I don't want to lose our whole friendship because you're so focused on this new part of your life. I know the oath was too much, but the idea behind it is something. For our well-being and the protection of each other. Remember? We're supposed to be there for each other, not stand by while one of us is dragged to hell.
I'm not standing by. Of course, I'm always here for you.
I know you say there's so much out there for your future. And maybe there was. But now it's the oath or hell. So
He passes Emily the contract. Emily stares at it. She can't bring herself to sign.
There must be another way out of this. It's our whole lives, Hannah. I have so much I'm gonna do.
well, I wouldn't want to fuck up your future. Guess I'll just go to hell then.
Yogurt? Is that seriously all you have? Yogurt? I hope you two have made your decisions, because now I'm mad and hungry.
The girls look at each other in fear.
I have a box of Oreos in my bedroom.
Double stuffed?
Double stuffed.
I'm helping myself to whatever's in there, okay? But you have until I finish the box to make the decision.
It doesn't have to be you versus Gus. I don't want you to think that
Well, it kind of is right now. Are you going to sign? You care so much about the future, but you might not have one if you don't sign. I'm giving you a chance at one.
Yeah, one that I don't want. You can't make me stay here, make me be your friend, force your idea of a future on me. You're doing the exact same thing as him.
No, I was never trying to do that.
Yeah, well.
It just feels like we only have one choice. But I'm not going to force you to do anything you don't want to. Sorry.
We don't have to choose. We can get out of this.
He looks off stage in Doug's direction.
What do you mean?
I'm not letting anyone ruin my future, especially not that idiot. But he's not ruining yours either. Don't say I'm not there for you.
What are you?
You gave me an idea.
Emily reaches into a box and pulls out a package of Oreos.
Did you steal my Oreos? He's going to be looking for them.
Exactly. He's lazy and tired. We can catch him off guard. When he comes in here, you're going to stand over there and offer him some. And in the meantime...
Emily creeps towards the fireplace.
Yeah.
For the record, if we make it out of this alive, I'm still moving in with Gus. But as much as I hate that oath, we were right about one thing. No man's going to fuck with us. And that includes him.
Emily points to the kitchen. She grabs a fire poker.
At least not without a fight.
That's never going to work.
What?
It's not going to work alone.
Hannah grabs a fireplace shovel.
Let's get him.
Yes. You sure you want to do this?
It's the way out. You sure too?
Yeah, it's worth fighting for.
You're crazy.
Thanks. You too.
Okay, so
Emily makes a killing motion across her throat with her hand. Hannah nods again.
just so you know, I'd take this over hell any day.
So would I.
Where the hell are your Oreos? Is this some kind of prank? That's it. I hope you girls have made your decision.
Emily and Hannah squeeze hands. Hannah holds out the cookies. Emily jumps behind the couch. They look at each other and take a deep breath.
Don't worry, we have.
Lights down.
No, 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 no! Ah!
All right, clapping, clapping. Congratulations. You sort of tricked me there at the end. You went lights down and then there was a little bit more audio, but that was excellent. Good work. Thank you so much. Now, normally I would interview the actors, but because we had a little technical difficulty, we have the other play, the next play waiting. So I just wanted to acknowledge and thank the actors, Neil, Sergio, and Jessica. You worked very hard. You had these plays rehearsed. You worked for free as actors for this festival. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's a playwright focused festival. And I can tell that you guys worked really hard and you did an awesome job. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And nice work, Erin. I get a small fee, but and you've been involved with the festival before, so welcome back. And I hope you come again next year. I hope you all come again next year because that was thoroughly enjoyable.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
So we're going to take like a 30-second break. So we'll go dark for about 30 seconds and then we'll come back with the pit. All right, welcome back, everybody. It's me, Liesl, and it takes my video a few seconds to click on. And we have the next play. The Pit is by Jordan Ewart. And again, we have more information about these plays and the actors and the playwrights at bravenewplaywrights.com. The director is Nikki Renault. And Nikki, are you there?
I am.
Hi, Nikki.
Hi, I'm using a different computer and so my picture isn't showing up, which is sad.
No, I can see your picture right now.
Oh, sorry, I had an image, a poster image.
I see. Oh, a poster image. Okay, so I'm going to just I'm going to hand it right over to you. Please let us know if you have any strong language or content warning or any trigger warnings. And okay, and then you just introduce your actors and off you go. Okay.
All right. So welcome to The Pit by Jordan Ewart. The actors we have with you today are Chelsea Thompson, who will be playing Newman, Isaac Lee, who will be playing Skull, and Jonah Peeble, who will be playing both for us today. And so we're going to start with Lights Down and Black. Bones calls out in the darkness.
But Oh,
You're good, Joan. Keep going.
oh, it said it wasn't on. Sorry. Your lights are on, but you're not home. Your mind is not your own. Oblivion is all you crave.
The lights fade in. It is sparse inside the pit. A crude light hangs just out of reach and casts harsh shadows on the figures trapped deep within the walls of the pit. It is a grim and dismal place. Some small bones and other bits of garbage are scattered around. People have lived here. People have died here. 3 figures are trapped within the light's border. Newman lays face down on the floor. Bones, gaunt and tired, sits. They've been in the pit for a very long time. They clutch something wrapped in fabric close to their chest. Skull paces. He's not new here, but he's been here less time than Bones. Skull mutters happily and quietly at their own jokes now and then. Newman begins to stir and lets out a groan. They attempt to push themselves up. They fail. The thud shakes Skull from their pacing.
Oh, you're awake. Hey, Bones, they're awake.
Newman tries again to push off the ground. Skull does nothing to help. Another thud.
Got real close with that one, huh? You're a fighter. We can use that.
Skull stands and kicks out one of Newman's arms. Newman falls again. Skull moves efficiently and kneels down beside Newman, flipping them onto their back.
What the hell?
Oh, shh. Almost there.
Skull moves to Newman's feet, grabs their ankles, and spreads their legs in a V.
I really don't like this. Please stop helping.
Skull props Newman up like a rag doll. Newman wobbles, then finds balance. Skull lets out a happy sigh and smiles.
Oh, thanks. That's actually much better.
No problem, pal. That ought to hold you till the feeling in your dead legs comes back. If it comes back.
What do you mean, if?
Only time will tell. I couldn't do anything but cry for weeks after I arrived.
Well, that's not encouraging at all.
Why? You got somewhere to go? Some plan to get out?
Plans to get out.
Already? Well, fire away.
Okay. I've got nothing.
You've got us?
And who are you?
Skull. Who are you?
Skull? I don't remember.
Oh, it happens. I will call you Newman. We can have conversations now. I'm sure you have a million questions. Everyone that wakes up in the pit usually does.
Your will is not your own.
Why Skull? Why Skull?
I think a lot. Keep myself distracted, you know? Bit of a play on rascal, too.
Not a very good one.
Oh, looks like you remember how to be a little difficult.
I'm sorry. It's all just a little disorienting.
It's fine. It's good to feel something, even if it's not your legs.
Still not very encouraging.
Oh, you'll adjust.
Now, I take it they're bones, but what are they holding?
Perception on top of perseverance. Bones has been here the longest. Seen lots of people come and go from here.
How long have you been?
Oh, forever. Right, Bones?
It's closer to the truth to say you can't get enough.
That's the spirit. You've been laying on the floor for a while, Newman.
It's closer to the truth, and your heart beats in double time.
We weren't sure you'd come around. Bones and Robert are quite excited about it.
Robert?
Robert is in the bundle.
Bones releases the bundle. Robert, the hand puppet, is a human forearm with a crudely drawn smiley face smeared on their palm. Newman lets out a yelp and Bones smiles wide.
Robert Palmer.
Bones extends the forearm towards Newman, attempting to shake. Newman retches.
Oh, dear God. Oh.
Might as well face it.
Go on. Robert won't bite. He's quite insightful when you need him to be.
Newman hesitates before shaking hands with Robert Palmer. Bones laughs and scuttles away.
There you go, Newman. You'll be settled in no time.
No, I don't want to be settled in.
Come on now. We're all friends here.
And where is here exactly?
Skull plops down beside Newman and spreads their own legs in a V.
Well, Newman, that's the thing. We don't know. No one knows how they got here. Things are seemingly normal, and then you just sort of wake up in the pit.
I don't remember much before waking up. Sort of just left with this feeling like a bright light filling up the room around you.
You're a lucky person, Newman. Hold on to that while you can.
What about you?
I don't
What
remember
about you?
anything. I don't remember anything from before. Yeah, this is home sweet home.
Skull opens their arms and gestures to the hole around them. Newman looks around and squints up at the light bulb. She gestures to it.
Not the brightest thing, is it?
It is not. But sometimes it goes out completely. It gets real dark in here. You appreciate that light when it's there.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Bones and I spent a lot of time in the very darkness. Sometimes for what feels like weeks.
Weeks?
Your lights are on, but you're not home.
We've noticed something. Sometimes the coil in the light will make the tiniest little flicker of brightness, just for a moment when there's a tiny bit of good.
Does anything happen here when the light is gone completely?
Who knows? Sometimes people are gone when the light is back. Other times someone new joins you here.
Skull playfully punches Newman in the arm and begins pacing again.
Well, I'm getting out.
With those legs?
You two could give me a hand. Oh, okay. Oh, stop. It's not funny.
When it's funny down here, lean into it.
Lean into it?
Oh, you'll learn how to cope.
You sound like you almost like being here. Bones seems pretty happy.
Well, sometimes. You're just in the pit so long, you change and adapt. Bones isn't happy here, but Bones is as happy here as he can be.
Newman falls back in frustration and cries out, then sits back up.
How deep is this hole?
Oh, there's no doubt you're in deep.
That's the thing about a hole, Newman. It only needs to be deep enough to keep working. Otherwise, it stops being a hole.
Newman heaves forward, attempting to stand. Her legs do not work and she falls over.
Damn it. you and Bones ever tried to get out?
You can't eat.
I'm not so sure about Bones. I've tried. Others have tried, but it's never gone well. Most end up back here, or worse.
You can't sleep.
Like who? How many others have there been?
Oh, who even knows anymore?
Skull thinks for a moment. Bones returns to playing with Robert Palmer. Skull lets out a triumphant laugh.
Oh, wait! Obviously, Foreman was the last one to try escape. Definitely Foreman.
Newman begins to massage her legs.
And what happened to Foreman?
And just like any of us, Foreman woke up here one day. Started off all right, but after a while, things got real bad. Wouldn't talk to anyone.
Your lights are on, but you can't see.
So the silence started setting in. Had to talk to myself a lot to cope. Being in a hole by yourself is lonely. Being in a hole with other people that won't speak is even lonelier. And he finally lost it. Started digging at the walls, trying to claw his way out in desperation. Clouds of dirt around us all. We begged him to quit burrowing in.
Bones lifts Robert Palmer and slams it vertically in the ground at the center of the pit.
The pit collapsed a little, but Foreman stayed put. As the walls collapsed and the rest of us moved on as best we could, he was buried and mostly lost to us.
Mostly?
Sorry, have I been saying Foreman?
Skull gestures to their forearm.
Forearm. It was all that was left.
If there's some left for you.
Bones goes over and picks up the arm. It was just sticking up out of the dirt. Bones looks at it for a minute, just stares, and then 5, and then 10. After about half an hour, Bones reaches into the mud, draws a smile on the palm, and starts laughing. It was just a little at first, but once it got started.
You don't mind if you do.
Well, a laugh like that happens maybe once in a place like this.
And what was so funny?
Robert Palmer.
So rascal to skull isn't the worst wordplay down here.
Odd, I know. But Bones thought it was just so funny in that moment. Something about that spark pulled him back. Just enough. The pit seemed less deep after that.
You're addicted to love.
The bulb flickers for a moment. Newman takes notice.
Okay, so I can't crawl up the walls, but I think I have an idea.
Newman shuffles to the other side of the pit, slips, groans, and begins to push themselves up off the ground.
Lay back down for a second.
Skull once again kicks out Newman's arm.
Hey!
Skull looks at the light bulb and then to Newman.
Maybe.
Skull lays down beside Newman, measuring. Skull jumps back up and circles Newman.
What are you doing?
We can't climb up the walls, but I think I have an idea.
I had an idea.
Now, Newman, one at a time. We have to work together.
No, just stop and listen to me.
Yeah. I think this just may work.
No, stop. I know that if I just reach that wire, I can pull myself up.
I was just thinking the exact same thing. Come now.
Newman begins to sit up. Skull hurries and pulls Newman up to sitting. Newman tries to shake free from Skull's grasp.
you need to settle down.
Settle down? But we've got a way out. We maybe actually have a way out.
No, I need to be able to stand on my own first.
But Newman, before the pit takes your motivation, before you become just another foreman, who knows when we'll get another chance like this? Who knows when we'll feel like trying again?
No, but I can't do it yet, though, Skull.
Skull moves towards Newman. The light bulb flickers.
Okay, you stay away from me.
You like to think you're immune to this stuff.
Please, Newman, we need to do it now.
Skull tries to grab Newman and lift them.
Just do it. Stand up.
Stop! Skull!
Newman pushes Skull off of them. Skull falls and lands hard. They lie still and begin to sob.
You've got to stop. I want out of here. Just like you.
I'm sorry, Newman. I've just been here a long time. It's a terrible place.
Owen slides towards Newman slowly.
Bones? Robert Palmer?
Listen, I know you're going through a bit of a thing down here. I understand. How often do you hear of the Robert Palmer legacy? But back in 1987, when I won the Grammy's Best Male Rock Vocal Performance for Addicted to Love, I was on top of the world. And then I blew everyone's nips off by winning again in 1989 with Simply Irresistible. Still, it's okay. I worried constantly about how I was going to keep this up. Do you know who else is on that list of winners? Bruce Springsteen, Bob Dylan, bloody Michael Jackson. But there won't be a hologram of me playing anytime soon at sold-out arenas. That's for sure. I was cut down at the legs, but I still had friends to prop me up, so I called the fellas in Duran Duran for help. They loved me, and I knew when I needed help the most, my friends were the ones to get me through.
You didn't do it alone. Is it really that easy?
No, love, not by a long shot. But it's a damn good first step. And it's a hell of a lot better than living in a damn pit the rest of your life. Now, what do you say we get out together?
Thank you, Robert Palmer. Skull was right. You are pretty insightful.
Might as well face it.
Newman takes a deep breath and nods. Newman rolls over and begins crawling towards the light.
Might as well face it. Might as well face it.
Skull turns
Might
to
as well face it.
Newman stops under the light, lifts one dead leg at the knee and then the other, attempting to stand. They wobble and fall back down again. Skull joins the chant, slow at first but growing, and hurries over to help.
Might as well face it. Might as well face it. Might as well face it.
Skull kneels, allowing Newman to lean on them. Together they stand. Newman reaches up and stretches for the light bulb and cord. Newman's reach is still too shy. Bone stands, shaky but enthusiastic. They begin to join the chant as well.
Might as well face it. Might as well face it. Might as well face it.
Newman stretches to their limit, fingers shaking, their voices strained as they call out.
I need a hand.
Bones passes Robert Palmer to Newman. Newman stretches their arms towards the light. It reaches. Newman wraps the cord around Robert Palmer's fingers. The bulb shines even bright, blindingly so. The end.
All right, thank you very much. I'm clapping, silent claps all around. Thank you so much. Okay, so we've gone a little bit over time, so I'm just going to talk to the playwright. Thank you very much, playwrights. Again, I mean actors. Again, of course, you've rehearsed this play, and you can tell you've put some work into it. Director did a very good job. But since we've gone over, we'll just ask a few questions to Jordan. Hi, Jordan. How you doing?
Hi, not too bad. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Yeah.
So you're not new to the festival. I've seen you around, right?
Yeah, I had a part of the staged reading series last year's festival.
Okay, so
it went over really well. So yeah, I was happy to do this one.
Tell me, just reflect for a second on the development of your play and the difference between the full productions and the staged readings.
Yeah, so this is a bit of a bizarre play, but yeah, so I guess the main difference is you try to think of the space that your play is going to be produced in, and in this case it was a bit of a smaller space. So originally the idea was to try to make something that could be utilized for a smaller stage with a smaller audience. Whereas a staged reading, you can kind of get away with doing a bit more in terms of technical stuff because it's ultimately not going to be fully produced. But this year it was kind of how can I make a small space feel even smaller, I guess. So yeah, so that was kind of the original idea going into it. In terms of idea genesis, it was just I don't know, old Halloween props and Robert Palmer's greatest hits, and it seemed to mash up.
I thought Isaac did some good work with the lighting there at the beginning, and Joan had some good puppetry there. So that was it was nice to have a little bit of depth going on instead of just reading. But again, of course, in this format, we also can't go overboard. So it's nice to have just a little bit going on. And who was your dramaturge, Jordan?
I had Rose as mine.
Excellent. And
yeah.
So can you just talk to me a little bit about that process and how it impacted your work?
Yeah, it was incredibly helpful. I find that myself, I tend to really lock into a project by myself. And sometimes it's just really good to have someone sit down with me and remind me what goals are and remind me of things like character intent and that sort of thing. And to look almost kind of beyond the piece, you know, what kind of happened 5 minutes before and what happens 5 minutes after. And once you start to consider things like that, especially from an outside perspective, it really just kind of opens up a project like this. Especially for me, it's nice to have that sort of insight and professionalism, as well as just help from someone who's passionate about seeing work completed.
Why especially for you?
It's for me. I'd like the ability to reach out to other people that also want to see my project succeed, and it's an incredible feeling because it just reminds you that it can be something larger than sitting at your desk at 3 in the morning trying to come up with a play.
Well, that is a thing that we playwrights do, right? You sort of write in isolation, but in the end, it's meant for an audience. So that's what I find too about dramaturgy. It's you've got to have somebody else to listen to it. You have to have somebody else checking in. So that, because that's what it's for somebody else, not just for you in your room.
Exactly.
So very, very valuable. Okay, well, excellent work. Thank you so much, Jordan, and thanks for chatting to me. So to the audience, I'll just say goodbye. Remember to join us next Saturday, and for the several Saturdays, we're going into May with this festival every Saturday at 1 o'clock. Next week, I believe we have 3 plays, so we'll go just a tiny bit longer. So get your popcorn out and be prepared for that. And in the meantime, stay safe, stay at home, be isolated. And thanks so much for joining us.